This is the contour line lesson of basic forms. We are going to use an image. You might not have this exact image, but you'll be doing the same concept of following the image to create your best reproduction of the basic forms, only drawing the contour lines. Okay, so I'm going to go over some basic things first, like for example, this cone is an elliptical object. It has a round base, so it has this kind of smiley face curve going on with it. The cube, you would use 2-point perspective if you wanted to draw an accurate cube. So it does not have to be just like the one in the picture, but what we want to be uniform is the top of the cylinder. You can only see, this tiny little ellipse, and then it's about the same equal width that we can see on the top of the cube, except for the fact that it's a little bit shorter than the cylinder. Okay, so these are consistent things that need to match up when you're drawing. You can look at one of my drawings here where there's a mistake. So notice that you can see way too much of the top of this cube, and you can try and extend that ellipse to match it, but visually that is considered an error. Okay, so we're going to do our best here to reproduce these. In some cases, students will use, and myself, a protractor to kind of match these angles if we're struggling to get them right. But, what you would really want to do is have a straight edge that took these receding or orthogonal lines off the page, way off the page in some areas, and use those vanishing points to create it. I am working with a very limited amount of space, probably about, the width of your screen, just because of the way I'm recording this. So we're going to do our best to make this accurate. Okay, so we'll begin with our cone and the elliptical base. So you can use any pencil for this. We're just drawing the contour, and you're going to try and match them as best you can. So the trick to drawing a cone accurately is begin with this round smiley face elliptical base. Now you can measure if you want to have the same proportions. Can measure to make them match. Does not have to be totally exact. We're going to do the best we can for accuracy. Now, what I always tell students to do is start off with a smiley face, put your dot, make sure that it's centered, and then take your straight edge of any kind, ruler, this is a great straight edge, and line them up. Okay, in many cases you'll be shading to eliminate outlines, so you want to draw them lightly, but we are just drawing the contour here that you're going to be submitting. Okay, so that is our cone. All right, so elliptical base, 2 lines. Okay, so next we're going to be looking at the sphere. Now, after you practice a lot of circle shapes, you will see that the muscle memory gets better. So if I look at where this one, the base of the sphere and where it ends, so between, I'm going to say like between these two right here. So what you want to do is practice your circle shading. So you don't always get it right. I'm using these kind of gestural lines. Okay, you can go in, shape it, make it look better. Oh, this eraser is horrible. Okay. So whenever you are drawing a circle, you just want to practice your muscle memory. I have to get a better eraser. And making a round shape, okay? All right, I think I like this pencil better. All right, so we are gonna go ahead and try and put in the cube. Now, if you look at this parallelogram shape here, this diamond shape, it starts maybe right about here. Now, like I said before, if you were, using the 2-point perspective technique, you would want to see where your vanishing points go. In this case, my vanishing point goes, much further out than my camera is allowing, so I'm going to do my best here to match that angle. So just like with other perspective, I'm lining it up and I'm just sliding it over, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the angle that I've drawn and see where it takes me. Okay, so now that I have this Y shape, what I'm going to do is line up my straight edge, just like you would do with perspective, to see if I can match that side. You might have to try this a couple of times. Get rid of any overlaps. Okay, so same thing with this side. Line it up, slide it over. Obviously, you're not a computer. It's not going to be mathematically identical to the drawing, but we're doing the closest we can. And so far, I'm pretty happy with this one. Let's see. Line it up, slide it over. Okay, so there is my circle for my sphere, and really got a little hairy with those edges. Okay, and now for the cylinder. Now, the cylinder is right behind the cube, right about here. So I'm going to practice drawing through it for accuracy. Now, the key here is to have this smiley face and the top match. Okay, so as close as you can get those two smiley face curves to be the same, and then these lines being parallel. Okay, now the ellipse on the top of the, on the top of the cylinder, we want to try and match that as best we can. It's very narrow. Okay, if your pencil's not sharpened, your lines will be big and fat like mine. But these are our contour drawings for this lesson on the basic forms for contour. Okay, so please don't forget to put your name on this and upload it. It's not present in this particular image, but if we were going to draw a prism, it would just be the same base as a cube. So this is our triangular prism, and you can kind of mess with the angles and try different angles to see, you know, what it would look like, you know, with acute sides and different sides. Okay, so these are our basic forms. Thank you so much. Don't forget to put your name and submit to Schoology.